There we go. You can probably hear me now. Thanks for saying something. Yeah. I don't know what happens with this PC. It's getting older. It's getting older. It's in its twilight years. But it's gonna have to work for another, like, decade. Stupid microphone. This is supposed to be a Yeti. Supposed to be a Yeti. Alruna Knox. Hiya. Hello. Yeah, with mic prices now. Yeah, right? It's like, geez, this is not a full-time job streaming. this doesn't exactly, you know, those Twitch ads are invasive, but you know, getting like the penny revenue, that's a long way for a decent microphone. That's why my webcam's off right now. I still got to figure out what's wrong with that. All right, let's continue here. So I was talking to myself. Awesome. Yeah, I had a lot of fixes in. Everything, all my mods should be at 1.21.1 stable now. Yeah, right now, everything feels good with the wyverns. I redid some of the animation logic, so the wyverns feel good flying around now. They now have a slot for putting containers of food on here. Just load these things up, beast the burden. Flight feels good. Kind of zoom out. When you start to fall, it goes into a glide. When you try to move a little bit, like the glide, you got some wing flaps here. We got like a backwards animation. So it feels good. We'll land. Boop. Landing is fixed as well. See, like before it used to like not fully land, it does now. So it's really good. I think the wyverns are going to become a little bigger. Just a little bit. Scaled up a little bit. But yeah, everything else is rock solid. It's getting there. Still rocking my 1080 Ti. I think mine's like, I got an RTX, but it's like the 20 series of RTX. So, you know, it's looking at me like, don't tell them my age. Aruna Knox, thank you again for your help in the Discord the other day. Well, I'm glad I helped. I forgot what I helped with, though. I apologize for that. Oh, it's release day. It's not quite release day for this. I want to make sure, like, you know, the baby wyverns can grow up right. You know, all the stats and everything are correct. It needs to have like a decent play testing. Also, probably end up putting like a temporal gear slot just because the elks have one. I don't know where that's gonna go right now. It would almost be nice to put it here, but that's where the medallion slot is. But yeah, I mean, it's getting there. It's getting there. The AI's pretty good. Just though they'll kind of wander and stuff, you could feed them. Watch this here. We'll see if it's hungry. I don't remember last time I fed this one. Now it's sitting there in defiance. I'm not gonna eat that off the ground. Look at it. Look at this guy. What is he doing? I was just wandering around. We'll see. We'll see how hungry it is. And I think I made it to where these things, wild wyverns can also mate with them. I thought it was going to eat, you bastard. I guess it's not hungry. Oh, You bastard! Gears on the horns. See, I don't know where it should go because not all wyverns are going to have the horns. This is the Ridgeback. They got the horns on the snout. There's going to be a crag hide and a finned kind of variant as well. The fin variant, they may not have the horns on, you know, all in the same place. So it's got to be kind of agnostic, right, where it goes. No worries, I am new to modding and Vintage Story and was worried updating would reset me. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, usually if there's a big version of Vintage Story, like it goes from a 1.20 to 1.21, like a major revision, that's when I do a bunch of rewriting. You have a high chance of, you know, things kind of running into problems there because I'm literally like gutting the mod and moving things around. Some items may not exist anymore, but when it's like inter-version stuff, you don't have to worry about losing any kind of magic experience or anything. Look at those wing flaps going into the glide. This does feel really good. We'll land. Not too shabby, madam. Oh, I gotta make a name tag for these so you can name these whatever you want. Totally forgot to do that. Loving Rustbound Magic so far. Very, very early on. Nice, I'm glad. I'm actually gonna probably do something in Rustbound Magic as well in this stream. Just a couple quality of life things. But I was hoping, Verlia would have gotten on. But she may not be getting on. But alright, let's do something Rustbound Magic. I think this is good. I mean the stamina bar is working now. I think it's good to go. Let's do something with Rustbound Magic. Because one of the big things that I want to do is I want to make it to where if you use a rift anchor and you try to harvest like an unstable rift loom from a rift anchor, it will drop, if it doesn't drop a seed, it will drop the rift anchor again, right? So it becomes more of a renewable resource. Let me make sure I open up the right world. I have a habit of opening up the wrong test world because I have so many mods, and I end up screwing up the worlds that are important because of that. So, Rustbound Magic, gotta go into the magic world. May I ask a dumb Rustbound Magic question? Go ahead. Go for it. Is it how you unlock magic? Alright. Magic Test World. So rift anchors. Oh, hold on. Let me pull up my list. So I wanted to potentially look at mana infusion again. See if I could find a way to trigger it when the mana is not full. That's pretty low on the list, though. Make rift anchors drop if not successfully converted. That one's pretty high. Oh, and someone suggested they wanted slabs. I have slabs. Yeah, I need to kind of finish the idea and get them in. How's the torch lit transmutation bug going? Well, that's it appears that's a bug from 1.21 because it works in 1.20, and then in 1.21 it just seems like it doesn't relight the chunk properly. And there's no marking dirty or synchronization or anything that seems to help. So that's going to be a bug until, well, until Vintage Story fixes it. I assume there's something. I did a search on lighting issues, and it seems like for 1.21 in the Discord, people were talking about trying to use the debug chunk relight and like admin commands and stuff to try to fix it. So there may be a bigger issue than the magic mod. So it's one of those things where when the fix is in, you know, my mod will inherit it. Is there a place where Ravengers, I think that's what they're called, spawn more frequently? Not really a particular place. They spawn in particular blocks. And they're kind of a rare spawn. I made them a little more rare because, honestly, people were freaking out about them. They did not want any kind of explosion, even though it's not a real explosion, right? It's just a visual, like, AoE damage thing. It doesn't break any blocks or anything. People did not like it. I was getting a lot of complaints. There are too many! So I called it back, but now they're kind of rare. Let's go to entities. Creatures, elementals, Ravager. Scroll down towards the bottom. So what they can spawn in tall grass, snow layers, where loose stones are, or just air. If you want to up the you know, quantity of them, you could edit this right here. And the higher this decimal point is, the more likely a chance that things will spawn. And you know what? I actually haven't seen a Ravager in a while. I think I may end up bumping this up just a little bit. There we go. And we'll go ahead and reload. So, we'll see. Just made my first obelisk. It needs so many more. Yeah. That boom has scared me more than once. It's supposed to, right? You know, we have, like, weapons and magic and armor. You kinda need things to defend against. Personally, I need things to defend against. You know, at the time we only had drifters, you know, and wolves. So, get pelt with a rock or get destroyed by a wolf. It's our VS Creeper. That's what I said, alright? I'm like, this is just like a creeper. It when it detonates, a fuse sound, like it plays a sound. You know, like, it explodes. Like, I made it to where it doesn't explode your blocks, because I understand if people spent all that time chiseling things, it's not cool that an explosion gets rid of it, right? Like, okay, I can understand that. Still. Make it daytime. Oop. Is this still good? Still works. Let's see, is this linked to anything? Nope. Gateway 2. Oh, it has no... Oh, this doesn't have a power source. That's right, it was here, and I broke it. I forgot about that. Yeah, we'll get rid of this. There we go. I don't know why I picked that up. I'm just gonna put it back. There we go. Okay, rift anchors. Rift anchors. Let's take a look at the code. Probably going to want block rift bloom. Actually, it's going to be block entity rift bloom. Plant, here we go. So there's going to be a part here where it's unstable. And to scroll up here, so that's getting the block info. Okay, this right here. Check reset rift bloom back to slow. Okay, that's not what I want either. That's the fast rift bloom tick. Convert back to flower. You know what it is? It's actually, it's not going to be here. Let's get some rift anchors out. Rift bloom. And we'll pull out the admin tool to spawn the rift. I'm just going to put a bunch of these down. And we'll spawn a bunch just so we get some fast spawns. There we go. And now I'm going to skip time. That way the portals disappear. As soon as it catches up, we'll reload. Is there a better, a faster way to get those materials other than from Ravagers? Well, everything the Ravager drops are things that you can get through other means. So I don't know what exactly you're looking for, because Ravagers drop quite a few things. I would suggest getting a Rift Bloom farm going. Rift Blooms are going to give you your Rusty Dust and Shifting Fibers. If you want to get the Primordial Fragments, those come from, you can either shatter temporal or shatter rusty gears in your hand, which is a very inefficient way. But when you're a little further in, and really we're talking about in like 10 minutes of unlocking magic or less. There we go. Okay, so that works. You can unlock your rituals, and then you could just a little progress, and you can get the Ritual of Destruction, which will break down a rusty gear into primordial fragments. That's another way to do it. Another way to get them is by using the Arclight Furnace. This guy right here. Doesn't matter what you have connected to this. It could be any of the essence types. There we go. Let me put one down. We'll link it up. But as it burns essence and infuses it in, you know, to make new items, you have like a 20% chance to get a free prism or primordial fragment. And you get this pretty quick. And eventually I'm going to have more ways to get them too. If you have temporal gears and you get the you're able to do the Ritual of Destruction, you could break one temporal gear down into 8 rusty gears, and then you could then break those 8 rusty gears down into 4 primordial fragments each. So you could definitely do that. And there'll probably be more ways to get them too. There are these artifacts as well. If you break them with a pickaxe, there's a chance that you can get like Arcanus or a Spell Scroll or a Primordial Fragment or whatever that way. So there's a handful of ways to get one. Yeah, Primordial Fragments have been my big roadblock. Yeah, in the beginning they will be. But also in the beginning, if you need any in a pinch, pull out. It's very inefficient, but if you look at it, it'll cost you 15 mana. But you could meditate on this, like holding one of these in your hand, and you will get a 1-for-1 drop. And it'll cost you 15 mana, but you know you'll be able to cannibalize some of these rusty gears. It's inefficient. It's meant for early game, where you may need just like 4 or so to get you started. Basically get the wand right when you can. Make the Thaumic Foundry, right? I would immediately start to use the Rift Anchors and stuff, just because the drop rates are better. Plants are like the flat tire approach, right? You'll get your Magic Chalk. Magic Chalk would lead to this, right? And then you could clay form this and cast Transmutation, link them together, and now you could start burning Essence and getting your Mana Stone. And while you're getting your Mana Stone, you will have drops of Primordial Fragments, right? They'll start to come in. So that's kind of... And you get here pretty quick. Pretty quick. Takes... doesn't really take a lot of resources to do that. You know, we're talking basic flint. You had to clay form this and cast transmutation, right? Flint to nap this into a tablet, so a little bit of napping effort. This is the most complex thing, but it's a ritual. You know, it's like this ritual right here. You know, you're talking about some magic chalk, regular torches, any kind of cobblestone, right? And then you can get one of these. It's really quick. And then you clay form this and cast transmutation. This is like the big steps here. And then when you're in this and you unlock enchanted stone, because what you'll do is here, let's grab this, right? And let's grab this. Right, you'll link them together. Boop, boop. Oh, I messed something up. If you notice, some of the blocks have, like that right there, how it's like sideways. I accidentally loaded this world without the magic mod in it, and then saved the world. So a lot of this stuff has to be like broken and replaced. Like this isn't the block anymore. Now it's an obelisk. Now you can see its idol and stuff. There we go. Now I can link them together, right? So this thing is kind of on fire. You could tell the color changes too, depending on the essence. And then basically you take any loose stones. Doesn't matter what type. You know, you just throw them in with Q. It tells you like how many seconds and what the essence cost will be. In here, you can put some rustic compound. That's probably going to be what you do early game because you're not going to have anything else to really put in. And then you'll see it starts to burn. As this gets everything, this is queued up. It's going to start to, you'll see a funnel will occur. Like everything will kind of start funneling up like it's on fire. More so. See, like right there, right? It just got 20 and now it's chugging this. When you right click, you'll see your output, and yeah, this is going to be the way. Hey, Tech Ed Fox. New icon? Yeah, you know it. I was feeling my dwarven heritage. Is there a way in the ritual for the ghost blocks to stay on until I finish building it? Not really. I put a timer on it because it's a shared system. And other mods can also use the highlight system. So I have it to where it's just like a 10-second kind of thing. But yeah, that's kind of just something I put in just to clear it up, just to finish it up, you know, make it so it doesn't stay out too long. I'm about to make the Arclight furnace as soon as the server is up next. Oh no, it's one of those servers that shut down. No. Hey, thank you very much for the sub. Tier 1. I appreciate it. Thank you. I feel the love. But yeah, see, now I'm getting enchanted stone here. And you know, you'll nap your tablets, and this is a lot better than the previous version. Previous version did feel very clunky. It was super grindy. I just adminate that. Right, so now you'd have like this tablet, and then you can pick like your Spellforge, Arcanist. You can make your mage armor, get your first staff, your apprentice staff, and then this is basically the second part of like tier 1. So this is how you make your grimoires and your spells. So, you know, you would just kind of follow the guidebook stuff, you know, like each unlock you do. This would make your spell ciphers. These two blocks end up making your Oculus station, which I kind of blew mine up, but it was right there. And then this is when you actually make your grimoires, your spells. Your sanctum's gonna be, you know, how you actually link things together, so you'd be able to soulbind to it. You need enough mana to do it. There we go. Right now I'm soulbound to this. You'll see the particles coming down, and I can start putting spells in here. So like I can pull out like the dig spell, pop it in just like you would slot something on a bookshelf. And then when I pick up my staff, right, I have the dig spell. You can cycle through things, but now I could cast dig if I want. Or if I have, here, let's, right, we'll put like this in too. Now when I hold a wand or a staff, I have dig and rust orb. Although I can't cast rust orb. Oh no, I can. Oh, I'm evocation tuned, so I could cast rust orb if I want. You could run while you cast it. There we go. There's a lot you could do. But this is like the soft tier 1. This is like the soft tier 2 where like you could start making better wands. You can convert your obelisk into the other essence generator types with a ritual. And then by burning that stuff, by linking it up with the Arclight Furnace, it's going to change the output, right? So you could start making the new stones, right? You could start making utility blocks. Some of these are really cool. They're like, this one's an elevator, like a magic elevator. You know, botanical matrix, things like that, magic bridges and stuff. Non-mages could use this too. You could power them with transmutation or rusty dust. You will get into elemental attunement. So in the beginning, you'll have all tier 1. Soft tier 1 is basically all general spell school spells. Tier 2, you could become like an alteration mage or incantation or conjuration evocation. You get to pick your school. This is the gateway that you saw down here with the little portal. You could link up gateways to connect to each other and teleport using that essence. And this is the Magitrix. This is actually what allows you to create your own spell scrolls. So as you unlock grimoires and gain more spells, you could convert these spells, you know, with like a little step up, right? Into spell scrolls that a non-mage could use, or you could use them. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff here, a lot of stuff. Lacrimas are good. You can store essence with them. So if you want to move this thing, if you break it, all your essence will be gone. Or you could throw a lacrima in there, a neutral lacrima. You could siphon it. You put your lacrima in here and it would take all the essence. You know, I think it does it in batches of 50. But then you could, like, you know, pop it out, and then you could break this, place it wherever you want, and then pop your lacrima back in and you know, inject the essence. Yeah. This is the tier 3. Tier 3 doesn't have a lot in it right now. It's got the Rift Weaver, which is really nice. But yeah, there's not too much in here. It's kind of blends in with tier 2 a little bit. I'm still trying to come up with a good idea for tier 3. And you'll see my little notes here, like I want lunar and soul magic in. I want summons, because I want to make a summoning staff, and I'll have you, like, you know, do kind of a hybrid ritual to get a totem. And then you could use the summoning staff on that totem to, like, create whatever servant, you know, you're going to create. But, yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Let me open up this. Rift Blooms. On block broken. This is what I want. So I want to make it to where right now, if you break, here, let's go back down on the ground. Where did I put that stuff? Excuse me, I think you guys are lost. This is my neighborhood. Here we go. It's right here. Yeah, Rift Bloom. Let me grab... Let me actually just come up top. Here we go. We'll go over here. So right now, you put these down. There we go. We'll spawn a bunch of rifts. If I try to harvest this and it fails, I do not get these back. It just kind of consumes them. I could do better than that. I can do better than that. Do you have a recommended way of feeding the Dark Essence generators? Lure things to them. That's kind of what I do. I'll have like a wolf chase me into a pit, and it can't get out, but I'll have like a ladder close by so I could get out. Yeah, and then just wait till it's dark and it will feed. And then at night, right, like when more things spawn, just lure them to the, to your Devouring Void. I do want to eventually make a change with the Devouring Void. Right now it teleports things that are in range directly to the center. What I want to do is actually have it like slowly drag the things up into the air, into this side, which means that everything people are doing where like the Devouring Void's in a cage of its own and it just teleports the creatures and it's gone, that's not going to work out anymore. It's just before I had so many other things to do, that's low-hanging fruit. Like I had broken spells and more spells that I wanted to put in. The attunement system. I have the elemental wyverns that are going to be coming in. But, yeah. Put it right in front of your door. There you go. That's the way to do it. Super low volume today, really? Man, I don't know. It looks like it's pretty high for me.
Is this better?
There we go. Let me stop that here. Volume good for me. All right. Hey, Faye Archives. How are you? You caught a stream. Yes, you did. Here, let's put some Banjo-Kazooie music on. Really get inspired. Okay. So what I want to do here is I want a chance to, if it fails to drop a seed, I want it to drop a Rift Anchor. And I think it's going to be right in here. Let's pop this out. Let's make this full screen. I gotta visualize what's going on here. Right, so block entity Rift Bloom. So if this does not equal null, which means it's spawned correctly, then I take a look at the path, and if it contains Rift Anchor, then I roll the RNG for the seed based on the config drop rate. And if if you are lucky enough to get a seed, then that's what gets dropped. Else, we're going to copy this and paste it in. So instead of seed, this will be Rift Anchor. I had a feeling this was going to be pretty easy. Let me see what my localized name is for the Rift Anchor. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Utilities, where did I put it? Stability Stabilizer, Talismans, no. Runestone, Rift Weaver. Man, this mod's getting too big. It's not under Artifacts. I think it's up here. Sigils. No, decoration, it's not in there. It's not in crystals. Crap, where'd I put it? Past Vice, Oh, okay, I just had to go a little further down. There it is. It wasn't in a folder. Just had to turn everything else down to 10% just so I can hear you. I don't know, man. According to my stream, my sound is going just a little into the yellow, which is what it always does. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe my microphone's dying too. It better not. I didn't think my webcam and my microphone were that close, but I mean, what they do at night, I don't know. Maybe they you know, maybe they both decided to leave me in the lurch. If so, very rude. Alright, let's see here. So I need to build this. I'm just going to put this on the other side. Boop, there we go. So it's going to be Rift Anchor. There we go. Rift Anchor dash Rift Bloom dash Rust dash Free is going to be the block name. And I will just drop it. Perfect. Yeah, I didn't think that would take long to do. Alright. Game mode 1. Oh, of course I'm freezing. Heal me. Ah, there we go. How's my body heat? Looking good. So a failure... There we go. Oh, wait, nope, that dropped the seed. I was successful. So it's still... Okay, so it still did not do that. Was there an error? No, there was not. Let's take one more look at this just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, wait, if this contains air. If air contains... Oh, wait, no. Rift Anchor, Rift Bloom. Then that is correct. Else, if the RNG seed... This should be working. I may have to do a restart on this. Oh, you know what? Wait. I have to move this logic somewhere else. Let's get a knife. Because this should only be affecting knife spawning. I don't know why I did /knife. Game mode 2. Knife. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. Archmage robes, you know what? Why not? I'll put my mage armor back on. Here, we'll put this bucket of mana juice down. Game mode 1, alright. There we go. So that was a failure. That was a failure. So you will get your Rift Anchors back now. Let's kind of recover everything here. Game mode 2. We'll literally have, maybe it's Chrome being stupid. Maybe. Literally have the stream sound down to 50% because 100% you're too loud. It feels just like when I'm modding, right? With creature spawns. Some people are like, I don't see any of your sentries, Vice. I don't see any drones. And then other people are like, oh my god, they're everywhere. Every time I turn around, it's like they spawn on top of me. So I might be missing something, but what is the benefit of using a Rift Anchor rather than planting a flower and letting it turn? That is a really good question, and I can show you here. Do you see the pop-up? The pop-up there? Where it says Rift Bloom Seed chant, like the Rift Bloom Seed chants and the Anchor bonus chants? You have a much, much higher chance of getting a seed using this, and you actually have a chance of getting 2 seeds. It's a little more rare, but you have a chance of getting a whole second seed just by using these Rift Anchors. So that's basically what it is. I think default, it's maybe like a 25 or 33% chance or something like that when you use just a flower. For the Rift Anchor, it's a 50% chance right off the bat with another roll of 25% to roll a second seed. So that's the main difference there, which is pretty substantial. The flowers were just like a stopgap, right? Like you don't have any rift anchors yet, but it's your way to, like, they're free. You could grab a bunch of them. They don't stack too well, right? You know, because you're running around and all of a sudden inventory space is tight, and you're carrying like 4 to 5 different types of flowers, couple each. So and now you'll be able to reuse rift anchors that fail. Before, it would just kind of be eaten. Hey, how you doing, Bernardo? So yeah, I highly suggest people use the rift anchors and not real, and move away from the flowers, because I think you can actually use those flowers to turn them into rot if you need some extra rot, and you do that with the Ritual of Destruction, I believe. Ah, cool, yeah. Any questions you have, you got me here. All good, thanks you. I'm doing pretty good. I can't really complain. It feels like Friday. I almost said it's Friday. It's not Friday. It's not Friday. It feels like a Friday. So tomorrow's gonna feel like Super Friday. It's gonna be so great. That's probably gonna be an average day. Right, so block Rift Bloom. Let's go into the transmutation spell and fix it there. So I could just open up any spell. We'll go into spell base. Let's go into transmutation pulse. So I want the unstable. Here we go. This is what we need to add to. And I think all I need to do is copy this. Take a quick look here, right? So this is the same thing. This is the RNG for Seed 1. I'm going to have to change this to call World In. And then for the position, it's now just X, Y, and Z, and this is where you can see the code here, right? So and another thing, if you want to get more seeds, do not harvest these with a knife. Like a knife, it's something that non-rust mages can do. You have a less of a chance to actually get your drop. This one is, yeah, this is your 50% chance right here. So I gotta change that. I recently changed that. So it's gonna roll 50% chance. And then it has the secondary roll here, which actually turns out to be, it's an additional 25% chance. So you gain a whole second roll that you would not other have. It's still kind of a lower chance. And you know what I could do? Why don't I have it to where it's another 50% chance? Right? Would that be so bad? You use transmutation, using a rift anchor, which is now something that's renewable. When you fail, you can use the rift anchor again because you get it back. And then I roll once to have something drop, and then a whole second roll. So doing it this way will probably average out better, right? So you have, what, a 50% chance to get a seed, a 25% chance to get 2, and then 25% chance to get none. So let's do that. Boom. Upgraded. Now I gotta reflect that, though. I gotta tell you. Tell you that it does that. So let's go into the block entity. Block entity, Rift Bloom. Info, block info. So that's if you're in creative, you'll be able to see that information. That's the fast crafting. You got a proto wand in your hand. Tier 1 transmutation versus Tier 2 transmutation. Here we go, unstable. That's another thing too, when you're growing your crops, make sure to harvest with transmutation. Because I think you get like 1 to 2, yeah, you get 1 to 2 shifting fibers and like 1 rusty dust. But if you use transmutation, just like the regular bone wand transmutation, or the regular stick or bone wand, you get 2 to 4. If you use one of the special, like the runed wands, you get 3 to 6, you know, of each. Alright, so for this, yeah, I would need to change this. So it's going to be 50% and 50%. There we go. So let's take a look here. So now when you look at it with your wand, there it is, 50% chance. This is not right. I gotta redo this because it's telling you the wrong thing. I think I want something like this in here. Alright, paste that in. And this is if you have your proto wand. Let's cut this out. Paste. Paste, right? And then that's the resource yield right there. And I think what I need to do is copy this, turn this into an if statement of its own. Let's take a look where I have here. This right here is the if statement I want, because if you're holding a knife, it's going to be something different. It's just going to default to this. So really, it's this logic right here that I want here and here. Now, I probably should make this a method and then just call it that way, but this also just gets the job done. There we go. So now it's reflecting true, right? So there's a 20% chance if you use a knife when you're harvesting these, you know, the unstable ones, to get a seed. Kind of sucks. If it's transmutation 1, that's a lot better, right? That's a 50% chance double tap there. Why can't we harvest wild rift blooms with the wands? You should be able to. You should be able to. This is one of the unstable ones. Boop. I failed, right? But I get these back now. If you put down flowers, it's the same thing. Come on. Oh, I looks like I already picked up a seed. I got 2 seeds. Oh, indeed. Did you see that? You have a chance of getting your Rift Anchor back, too. Oh, I wonder if I want that. If you get any kind of seed at all. Is it new? I couldn't on 1.20. Man, 1.20 is super old right now. You know how much I've done? No, the 1.21, yeah, it saw a lot of quality of life changes. Like you could plant rift blooms side by side now. There's a lot of quality of life stuff that happened. That's why I'm trying to like urge people, like, hey guys, like, use the 1.21 version. It flows better, you know, everything makes sense. Like, I got rid of the whole player magic tiers, so really it's It's about how fast you want to progress through some things, right? If you have the materials, you can get the spells faster. I think you get the spells faster regardless because a lot of requirements, resource requirements drop too. So let's go back into the drop rates here, right? Let's go back into transmutation. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to say bool. We're gonna make a bool. Should drop rift anchor, right? Equals false. Or you know what? I'll say equals true, right? So if you are successful in here, set it to false, right? If you are successful in this roll, set it to false. And then down here, let's make an if statement that says should drop rate. So if it's still true, then it will drop. Right? So basically, if you fail this, right, and you fail this, so you get no kind of seed, then you get your anchor back. If you're successful on either of these rolls, then you forfeit the anchor. This is going to be a much better way of doing that. And I will also do the same thing with the knife. Where is it? Oh man, it's getting to be that time where I'm gonna have to get off soon. What am I gonna make for dinner? Oh boy. Oh boy, oi, oi. Decisions. I don't even know what I have. I don't even know what I have to cook. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Meant to make that an if statement. If, there we go, pop that in. Move that over here. And then right in here, you were successful. We're gonna set that to false. So if it stays true, then it will spawn. All right, let's give it a try. Perfect. So I just got a seed from that. I feel my stability dropping. I got a seed from that. I got 2 seeds from that. Look at this. My cup runneth over. Hey, and that one was a failure, so I got the anchor back. That's the way. Right there. That is the way. I love these debug blocks that I made. They're so good. All right, Alfredo. I kind of want to make lasagna this weekend. That, or I want to pull out my pasta roller and make some like homemade pasta. So one of those. I want to do one of those things. But that's not going to help me tonight because I don't have the ingredients. I don't have any heavy cream to make or Parmesan cheese or anything to make a Alfredo sauce. Let's see. I think this is a pretty good upgrade. Look at that, 2 seeds again. Oh man, people are gonna love me. They're gonna put their pitchforks down for once. Love it. I'm gonna make so many friends. Oh man. All right. And someone wanted slabs. I don't know if I could do slabs in like 5 to 10 minutes, but we could try. I don't remember why I stopped with the slabs. I don't remember what the roadblock was, but it was probably something. So I'm gonna enable this. Oh, snap. This was back in the days when I had Mana Stone? Dang. Alright, well. That's crap. We're not doing that, right? So, Enchanted Stone. And I'll just do Enchanted Stone for now. What I'm gonna do is pop up some game assets here. I'm gonna look up the slab for the game asset. So we got quartz slab here. There's actually a lot of different kinds of slabs. We got a quartz slab. There is a colored slab. Oh, it's for glass. A plain slab, which apparently is also glass. And then a quartz glass slab. So I'm going to go with just the regular slab here. My stuff's not going to have any kind of transparency or anything else. So I'll move that to the other side, and we're going to start from the top here. So it looks like so far, nothing has changed here. For behaviors, it's omni-rotatable. It's still rotate sides to true. Facing is block, and that's it for the properties. Wrenchable, that hasn't changed. This part is different, though. It shouldn't be plank slab. It should be just slab. Dash, and then rock would be the variant group dash. Wild card, right? Because it would be anything dash and then cover. So it doesn't matter what the rotation is. It could be any kind of rotation. Skipping variants, no. I think I still would need to do that because I don't want the snow variant to be something you find in the wild. Quartz. Let's see, attributes. Kind of move things up a little bit. Ken Chisel, true. Ken Chisel, shape from collision, true. In the handbook, it's not going to be called that anymore. It's going to be we'll just do slab. I'll throw it in with all the other slabs. Partial attachable, down and up both have to be true. And then liquid barrier, just down. Just down will be the liquid barrier. Creative looks fine to me. I want the down free version, and I want that to be the standard. Drops, it's gonna drop slab, rock, down free. That sounds right to me. The shape, I believe the snow shape, that just has the extra texture. I want to use the base game shape and piggyback off that. Textures, this probably has to change. I want to do a textures by type, because I'm eventually going to have more. And then we will put in wildcard, enchanted stone dash wildcard in. And then in here, I'm going to want sides. Is that correct? I think that's right. Alright, draw type is going to be JSON. It's going to be stone. I think a lot of this is fine. Sides. All is all false. That's going to be all true. So far, so good. This side AO is true. And then we have the emit side. Again, all is false. And then down is going to be true. We got our collision boxes, which should not change at all. That should all be fine. These selection boxes are going to be the same kind of thing. Thinking that looks good in my head. Sounds, just regular stone sounds. Pickaxe is going to have like the pickaxe break sound when you break it with the pickaxe. And then we're talking about just transforms here. We can actually get a held idle in it, this right here. Held third person idle animations. We are going to put all of this stuff in here. That one's a duplicate. There we go. So right ready animation was the new one. All right, let's see what we got. Let's reload. So we may have slabs. Maybe. Just maybe. I may have to change the texture mapping. I'm not sure. We'll see. All right, this should be in the creative tab. Towards the bottom. It is not. Oh, but it's right there. I guess it didn't throw it in at the bottom. Nothing's localized yet. Let's try it out. There we go. There we go. There we go. Looking pretty good. All right, so that looks pretty good. Let's expand this a little bit. We'll come back up to the top. I'm gonna want to make a version for Astrolith. We're gonna want to make a version for Zeganite, Netherite, and Abyssium. This is gonna have to change as well. So this will be Astrolith, Zeganite, Netherite, Abyssium. I need to get the correct textures. Copy that. And this was for Abyssium. Paste that in. For variant, I'm gonna have a rock version. Oh, I'm gonna have to add something else in here, right? Because I want like a polished slab version as well. I may be able to make slab variants of all of the solid blocks, so like the special pattern, like the ornate ones and stuff. I may be able to do something like that too. Which will be easy. I just add another variant group in here and it should work. But for now, so that's Abyssium. Astrolith is this. Copy. Paste. Actually, I think I'm going to just paste all of these in. This will be rock. That will be rock. Copy and paste. Right, so this is going to be Zeganite pointing. And this will be Netherite. Bam. Alright. Reload. Show me the slabs. And I got like a couple minutes here. Let's see. Well, most of it's good. Abyssium turned out fine. So there's the Abyssium. Perfect. These other ones did not. I probably just got the... Oh, I definitely got the textures wrong. I think I need to have the wild card there, because it has numbers with it. So let's give that a try. Alright, and just because I'm going to have to literally tuck and roll out of this stream, because I am terrible with my time. My time management. I just want to keep going and going. What is this? .21 right there. Like, what the heck? let's go ahead and reload again. Oh man. That's great. It's like I was running a marathon. There we go, that's better. And that's what it was. So now we got slabs for all this other stuff. There we go. Boop. You know what? Let's, there you go. You can do that. Slabs are weird in this game. What's that pixel? Oh, okay. It must be because I broke something. Oh, okay. It's because I broke something. Yeah, so that works. That works. Yeah. That's everything. Perfect. I'll make another kind of slab. Grooving, doing the reload dance. Ah, you know it. I'll make another kind of slab where it's gonna have like a polished kind of outline to it as well. And I'll make that variant for all these new slabs. But yeah, we will have slabs. So that one person, I felt bad when they're like, do I have to chisel everything to get slabs? I'm like, well, I think there are ways to copy a chiseled block already. I wouldn't personally chisel things by hand, but then I'm like, you know what? Why don't I make a slab block? Shouldn't be too bad, right? Perfect. All right. So let's raid someone. Who are we gonna raid? Who is currently playing Vintage Story? We can throw it to someone new. Will that update just be for 1.21.1? Well, all updates going forward are gonna be for 1.21.1. I like to jump to whatever the newest stable is for the releases, and then I start building everything against that. So these, yeah, they're gonna be in 1.21.1. Now, normally, if they're not jumping back to a release candidate and changing too many things, a version of a mod will work like all throughout a major revision. They just went back to release candidate for 1.21.1. So there's probably going to be some weirdness. I think the only weird thing is that one of my patches fails, and you will see like an Eldrathium metal plate that is completely useless and not localized because it fails to load the patch to remove it. But you know, if you run into any crashes or problems or anything, first thing I'm going to tell you is to update to the newest. So who is streaming? Ah, look at all these people. It warms my heart. Look at this. Now, I think I want to look for someone not using the magic mod. Because I can't stay around to like answer questions. I gotta like literally tuck and roll here, grab the keys, and jog to the car. So let's see. I wish Mischief was on. We got Deliria. I tend to raid them. Let's see who else we got. We got Deliria, or it's just Yogurt. Which one? Maybe we'll throw it to It's Just Yogurt. I haven't raided this dude in a while. It's pretty chill. We're gonna raid him. Wait a minute. This trader's playing... Oh, wait, he's playing Vintage Story. It looked like Minecraft at first. It was like all pixely. I'm like, what? Traitor! Raid, It's Just Yogurt. Alright, everyone, we're gonna come in for the raid. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you again for all the help, Mel. Thank you, and thank you for that sub. It definitely does mean a lot. I appreciate it. Yep, and we made some progress. The Wyvern mod is coming out really good. That one's pretty much on the playtesting phase. Flight feels really, really good now. Like, everything's feeling really good on that mod. And that mod was a foundation for the magic mod, because we will be getting wyverns boss creatures that you'll summon. And that's the summoning ritual that I've been talking about for a while. And I want you to be able to capture these things and breed them, right? And have elemental wyverns. So it's exciting times. But again, thank you for watching. This update, all the stuff we did will probably be out tomorrow. I'll probably add a couple more things. But thank you. Have a wonderful day, everyone. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Adios. See you later. Bye.